Are you in need of self-care? Most women are, because they're so busy taking care of everyone and everything else. So join me today for a workshop on strategies and reasons and hacks for self-care for you. Again, moms often think that self-care is something extra. It's extraneous. It's a luxury. I don't have time for it, they often think. But think about the oxygen mask falling down from the top in an airplane and how they talk about how to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of others. And that's just a sign that self-care is the first step to getting things done for you, for your family, for your community, for your work. So today we're going to talk all about self-care. I want to stop and welcome people in. I see Spiola here with us, and I see Eileen here with us, and I see people joining in. I am always delighted to welcome people into our supportive community. And today we have a really important topic that I think helps support women in a big, big way. And so our topic and our workshop today is on self-care. And again, self-care can really put us at our best so we can do our best. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, we really will end up tired or exhausted or stressed or pressured or even burnt out sometimes, and sometimes frustrated. So self-care, paying attention to ourselves, is really a responsibility that we need to take for ourselves so that we know we'll have the stamina and vitality to last the long term to do what we want to do in our lives. And this workshop is very popular. So I invite you, as I've been doing with workshops, to have some paper and a pen, something to write with. And I am going to give you 10 yes or no questions. And you can write them down and write a yes or no for each question. So question one, a very short question for question one. Are you feeling stressed? And it's just a general feeling in life, yes or no. And you can write that down. 2 is, are you feeling overscheduled? Do you have too much to do, too much on your list? And is that a yes or a no? I'm going to have you put that on your list. Number 3 is, do you have goals? Specific goals for your home, your family, your work, yourself. And many people don't. So that's really an important question. Do you have goals? Sadly, a lot of people say they're too busy to have goals. If you don't have goals, you're not going to meet your goals because you don't have them. So that's question number 3. And then question number 4 is, are you meeting goals in your life? And again, yes or no. And number 5, are you feeling tired? Yes or no. And that's different from stressed. So that's a different question from the first question. So number 5, are you feeling tired? Yes or no. And number 6, are you feeling organized at work? Yes or no. Are you feeling organized at work? And number 7, are you feeling organized at home? So organized, can you find the things you're looking for? No clutter. Things are stored neatly, comfortably. You can put things away easily. You can find them easily. And again, if some people are joining in late, I do want to welcome people as they join in. We are doing a workshop on self-care today. And we are going over some questions to help you understand and assess where you're at. And you could always go back to this video, which will be posted if you missed some of the questions or if you want to go through the questions again. So number 8, do you have a regular self-care routine? And by regular, I mean, is there a time or are there times of the week that you keep reserved for activities that you're committed to? And you keep that time reserved, you don't give it away. So again, number 8, do you have a regular self-care routine, yes or no? And number 9, do you enjoy your self-care routine, yes or no? Because some people just do it out of responsibility or out of habit. Some people say, I go to the gym because I paid for it, and so I'm going to use it. But they don't necessarily enjoy it. So we want to know yes or no. Do you enjoy your self-care routine? And number 10, do you think more self-care would be helpful to you if you had more time allotted to self-care? Again, number 10, the last question is, do you think more self-care would be helpful to you? Yes or no? So we just talked about 10 questions that are related to self-care. And of the 10, questions 1, 2, and 5, which are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling stressed, overscheduled, or tired? Questions 1, 2, and 5, if you said yes to that, then you do need more self-care. And the other questions, if you answered no, it means that you really should take some potential steps to improve your ability to get self-care, to decrease stress, and to build relaxation and build achievement in your life. Those are important to you. So we really want to make sure that you do have self-care in your life to build up the vitality and energy and resilience for being strong, for having a strong life and a strong back for getting things done that are important to you. So here are some common obstacles to self-care that I often hear. And again, I do want to welcome some of the mothers that I see who have joined in. Welcome. So happy for you to join us in this important topic of self-care. So let's get to some of the obstacles that I hear about. One of the most frequent excuses and obstacles that I hear to self-care is I don't have enough time. And that, when you feel like you have so much to do, so much on your plate, you don't have enough time, that's often a cause of why you need more self-care. If you feel you have so much on your plate that you don't have time to take care of yourself, that means you're too busy and you do need to reassess. And I am always happy to have that conversation with you. And I always help people find solutions on how to find time for self-care, how to pipe down that stress, and how to build that vitality force of energy that you have. A second obstacle is it's not a priority to me. I try to schedule self-care activities, but I usually end up deprioritizing them. And that is frequent with women, to prioritize their kids and their family and their work above themselves. And again, like the oxygen mask, you need to take care of yourself. Another obstacle is many people think self-care is going to be expensive. I have to join a gym. I have to buy big fancy equipment. And that's not true. And I'm going to talk a lot today about a number of activities that are not expensive at all. People often think as well that self-care takes a lot of time. And I'm going to talk to you today about how self-care, how you can do some self-care in moments, in minutes. I'm even going to stay till the end, I'm going to talk about something called the double S strategy, which I am really excited about for you, and that the women who are my clients love. I'm going to give that to you towards the end of today. Another obstacle I often hear of why people say that they can't do self-care is they just say, I'm too tired to do something else. And they just don't realize that self-care can make them feel more relaxed and less tired. And last, I often hear mothers say, I just don't know what to do to relax. I haven't felt relaxed in a while. And I understand how that feels. Because why are we so busy? Why are we so overscheduled? We're taking care of our kids. We're taking care of our home. We're the leaders of our family. We handle work. We're involved in our community. We handle what's for dinner, when the laundry gets done. I have to make a doctor's appointment for my child. I have a project due at work. My mother-in-law's birthday is next week. So all of these things keep us busy. But what's not on that list? Taking care of ourselves. So again, in order not to feel stressed and tired and overscheduled, scheduling in that self-care is so important. And I encourage you to vary it up. Don't feel like you just have to do the same thing each time. Try something different. Try something new. Maybe one of the numerous things I'm going to discuss today. So here is something really quick. When you're feeling stressed, take some deep breaths. It doesn't take a long time to do it, but it can really help you feel centered. Again, when you feel stressed, you don't have to stop your activity. You don't have to feel like you have to take a lot of time away. Just take some deep breaths, and that can help you feel grounded again. It can take you out of that stress mind and put you back in control of your mind and your body. So we talked about even just taking some deep breaths. And what about just stretching your arms out, doing some arm circles, which are hard to show in this video. But just turn your arms around and stretch your shoulders. Do a little bit of a stretch. Again, taking back a little bit of control of your mind, of your body, and shaking away the stress a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about is mindfulness, living in the moment. So when we're stressed, when we're feeling overscheduled and pressured, we're usually thinking about what we have to do in the future or about something that happened in the past. But by mindfulness, by living in this moment and doing something to feel restful in this moment, like some deep breaths, or like stretching, or like meditating, just even for a few minutes, can really help you take back control, feel in control again. And if you can feel in control in this moment, you can go into the next moment feeling in control. So I love mindfulness. Mindfulness can be so helpful just by taking a few moments every once in a while and reclaiming, re-feeling that power of control, that sense of control in your life, in your time. And I could talk for a full hour on mindfulness because there are so many activities you can do. Today I'm just going to mention it briefly, but if there's interest in my doing a whole program on mindfulness, put it in the comments or DM me, let me know. I would be happy to work on that for you. And again, there are many detailed forms of mindfulness. Again, it's basically taking back control of our time and our power. What other activities can you do for self-care? And many of these take more than moments, but I think if you plan one on a day, I think it's not asking too much of yourself. So what about taking a walk in nature or a walk in a fun location near you? So as I've shared with you, I live in New York City, and I love taking a walk in a fun location. For me, I'm not too far, and this time of year I love to walk over and look at the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center, or look at all of the holiday decorations. You may like to do that in your neighborhood as well. So again, taking a walk in nature or taking a walk in the city or in your residential neighborhood can be fun. Let's think about meditation or yoga. What about the arts and all types of arts? So listening to music and dancing, drawing, painting, knitting and crocheting, or other forms of art. And what about sports, different types of sports, going for a run, various forms of exercise. And joining a gym is really optional. You don't have to do anything expensive. I recently talked in one of our live sessions about gratitude practice, and that can be really quick. It can take moments to think of 1 or 2 or 3 things you're grateful for. And again, that can help you take back control, take power back. Rather than feeling powerless, it allows you to feel powerful. And here's a strategy. If you sometimes feel that you don't have time for some of these activities, you can enjoy them with the people in your life. So what about doing some of these restful self-care activities with your kids, or with your partner, with your family, or with friends, so that you're not necessarily doing it alone? And when you do it with your kids, you're a role model for relaxation. You're a role model for self-care. You're showing your kids that you respect yourself, you take care of yourself, and you're teaching them to do it too. So I want to talk about the double S now, this double S strategy. And I call it Self-Care Saturday or Self-Care Sunday, or you can pick a different day. And what I want to suggest is pick a day where you can definitely do one big activity, like going for a hike or a walk in nature or a walk in a fun neighborhood near you. But in addition to that, I want you to try to put as many repeated spots of self-care in during that day as you can. So find some moments in that day and take some deep breaths. Or find some moments and just close your eyes for a minute and visualize a peaceful or a beautiful scene. Somewhere you've seen, or maybe a photo or a picture you've seen that's very relaxing to you. And go in it and relax in your mind and your body. And then you can come back out. Or you may think of a few things you're grateful for. Again, during this particular day of the week, and it could be any day of the week. I'm calling it the double S, so Self-Care Saturday or Self-Care Sunday. But again, you can pick any day, and every week on that day, do a big self-care activity and try to inject as many minutes and moments of self-care repeated during that day as you can. And think of it as your day of relaxation. And also on those days, remember that prayer can also be self-care. And you can include that on those days as well. So some facts about self-care. 1, self-care is not a luxury. 2, self-care is not expensive. It shouldn't have to cost a lot of money. You don't have to join a gym. You can if you want to, but it's not required. Number 3, self-care doesn't require a lot of time. We've spoken about a number of activities that can literally take a few moments. And within those few moments, you can bring yourself back and get grounded. Number 4, include your kids or your family or your partner or friends in self-care activities. So you can do it together, help other people get self-care, and act as a role model for your kids to learn about respecting yourself and taking care of yourself. And number 5, the double S, Self-Care Saturday or Sunday. Pick a day of the week. let it be your day to take care of yourself. You may have many other things to take care of during that day as well, but there's going to be one major self-care activity, and you will try to inject various activities of self-care during the day. So I want to encourage you to really act on this and move forward. Now, I don't want you to just listen to this and go about your regular life the way it was. I want to suggest to you to say to yourself, I make a commitment to myself. Say that with me. I make a commitment to myself. I am important. I have a plan. So be accountable to yourself and supportive to yourself and our community. And I'm going to invite you and ask you to be accountable to yourself. I want you to come into our group during the week, and I'm going to make a post where you can post what you're doing for self-care this week. Tell us if you're going to do self-care Saturday, or if you're going to do self-care Sunday, or if you're going to go for a hike on another day, or if you prefer to go to a gym. I want to hear about how you plan to support yourself. Because remember, self-care is really important. It's part of respecting yourself and giving yourself the energy and vitality so that you can achieve what you want in your life. And I know that is to take care of your kids and your family and your work and your community. And the best way to be able to do that is to restore, relax, and renew your own energy and vitality. So I hope this was helpful for you. I invite you, as always, to join us in the group during the week. Check out all of our posts. Make sure you participate so that you're an active part of our community. And be accountable on self-care. Let us know with your post what you're going to do for self-care. So I'm delighted to see you here. I will see you in the group during the week, and again back here again next weekend for our next live.